What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Spade here, and welcome to February's monthly discussion. It is now March 4th, and the time right now is 3:28 a.m. As for why this video is late, honestly, literally just got back from a trip around the bay again. So, this past weekend, left Friday, got back Monday. Technically speaking, it's Wednesday now. And at this point, I'm finally at least caught up with everything I missed out on. Whether it be wrestling or Pokemon Day. I think I'm at least caught up with everything I want to watch that I missed out on. Well, this past weekend. Took a little bit, but at least that's done. I wanted to wait till I was caught up with watching some stuff before doing this video. If anything, I actually almost completely forgot to do this video tonight. Completely. Somehow. Well, at least I remembered. Well, anyway, I don't think I did too much this month. I also don't quite remember everything I even did. I ended up watching, I think, 2 or 3 more episodes for Car Fight Vanguard, and pretty much just stopped. I gotta get back to watching that at some point, but probably sooner rather than later. Gotta just take a break from watching it this month. And instead, I kinda just don't even know why. I ended up going back to watching Pokemon. I've been trying to watch Gen 1 Pokemon for a while now. For at least a few years. In episode 1 or at least. So I pretty much just picked up where I left off, whenever the last time was I was even watching that. All I know is I started back up at, I believe, episode 45 of season 1. And I'm now done with season 1. I think technically speaking, I'm 83 episodes into it. If I'm not mistaken, something like that. So I've at least watched a good bit of Pokemon. So at least I finally finished watching season 1. Well, that's so. Only took literally years. That's all when I'll hop into checking out season 2, which would be the Ones Islands. Don't know when I'll get into watching that. Who knows? If anything, I've been itching to just watch Gen 3. Pokemon for so long now. I want to rewatch that and watch an episode 1. But I don't want to watch it until I've seen everything else first. So, yeah. Everything else as in Gen 1 and Gen 2. Then hop into Gen 3. That could be a while, honestly. Well, other than Pokemon and a very little amount of Vanguard, I continued watching Ganoso. Still watching that. I think that show's wrapping up later this month in March, if I'm not mistaken. I think the show's only supposed to be 21 episodes. I think episode 19 is out right now. For the subbed version. I'm watching the English version, so I'm a little bit behind. But I am watching the subbed version as well. The same time I'm watching the English version. I don't want to spoil myself with the subbed version because I'm just preferring it in English. But the sub version is actually really good as well. There are tiny differences in dialogue though, well, from what I can tell, at least, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, I think the last episode I watched of that was 16. I think there might be a new episode out now. I'm not sure for the English side. Guess I can check. Actually, I haven't checked this yet since getting back. Yeah, episode 17 is out. Huh. Probably watch that later. I continued watching Jack of all trades, Party of none. Pretty sure I said the name of that so wrong last time in the last month we were discussing. I think I said Party of one, not none, if I'm remembering right. Is the next episode out? Okay, I think it actually is. I think I left off on episode 6. And 7 is out, apparently. Guess I'll be watching that later at some point. Also, I started up watching yet another anime. I'm probably gonna butcher this, but the Holy Grail of Eos, I think that's how you say it. I probably butchered the name of that, honestly. Been watching it as well. Surprisingly, I'm really liking it. Not my type of anime, honestly, but it's somehow just really interesting. Where did I leave off? I don't think a new episode is even out for this yet. I don't think. I'm literally looking, but I think I might have seen the most recent episode out for this. Well, regardless, pretty good show, surprisingly. I honestly think it's worth checking out. Beyond that, I think Ganosa, Jack of all trades, and the Holy Grail. Not saying the full names of these shows, but I think those are the only ongoing ones I'm watching. Technically speaking, I guess there's another one now. But still not sure if I'll watch all of it yet or not. That would be before leaving to go around the bay again for the weekend. I started watching season 7 for Infinity Nato. apparently that's out now. I think I only watched 3 episodes of that so far. Still don't quite know what to make of it, honestly. Watched that as well, technically. Beyond that, started watching the new seasons for Family Guy and American Dad, since those are now starting to come out again. What else is there? As far as TV shows go, that might be it. I think Pokemon actually was the show I watched the most this month, if I'm not mistaken. I'm literally trying to think and double check if I'm forgetting anything. I don't think I am. Were there any cartoons other than Family Guy and American Dad? Okay, I think that anime was one I watched last month. I'm literally just trying to check and see. Yeah, I think that's it. I watched a bunch of reaction videos as well. I am so far behind on all of that. I'm so far behind on watching reaction videos though. For TV shows and movies. Yeah, I think that is everything though. I know as far as what games end up playing. I finally platinumed One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. That was on February 15th, if I'm remembering right. So I think I started the new game on sometime in November last year. It took me to like the middle of February to platinum it. To literally do everything needed. That game is definitely a grind. But I can't deny it was actually a pretty fun platinum. And just playthrough in general. Took a while though. But yeah, now that I'm done playing through that game on my own time, I'm finally going back to Rhino Remastered and hoping to finish that game sooner rather than later to get that off of the to-do list. I think I'm only 2 or 3 chapters away from finishing that game currently. I don't know, the chapters of that game are a lot shorter than I thought they'd be. So I may be done playing through that game quicker than I think. Although currently I'm kind of just level grinding and money farming currently. I think there's a video or two I need to upload. Currently I have nothing ready to upload at all. Literally. Let me just see if there is actually something I need to upload. Well, I think there is. I'm not sure. Okay, finally loaded. I said the most recent video for Rhino is number 30. That being 55 minutes. Okay, so that's this one here. I don't have the lot for it's numbered, so it's taking a little while to tell. Okay, from the looks of things, I've got 2 videos I need to upload for that. Then the channel's caught up to date currently for that. Beyond hopping back into Rhino after like 6 to 7 months of not playing that game, I also started up playing Conception 1 for PS4, aka Conception Plus. I kind of wanted to let's play that game, which is why I never played that game at all since getting it. Maybe 2 years ago now? I don't know, time's going by that fast I can't even remember when I got the game anymore. I think that was in 2024. Well, regardless, I've had that game for a little while at this point. I was holding off on playing that game to potentially let's play it blind, but I just decided against it. Maybe there'll be a let's play someday, who knows. Currently I'm just playing through that game on my own time now. I guess that's the replacement for One Piece Fight Warriors 3, I guess. I don't really play that game so far. I am liking it so far. It's a lot weirder than the second game, but it is just as fun as the second game. So yeah, I stopped playing that game on my own time as well. Beyond that, made some more progress in SpongeBob Titans of the Tide on my own time. I'm currently on the Sandy boss fight. The Hibernation Sandy boss fight. I haven't played that game in a few weeks now. And that's if I've dropped playing that game yet or not. I just haven't felt like playing it lately. The game is good at what I played of it, but I don't know, I think I might just be done with it, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest. Beyond that though, I did make some more progress with trying to do trophy cleanup for hopefully trying to platinum Persona 4 Golden after all these years. So maybe more progress towards that, rushing through that game every so often. Whenever I don't know what I feel like doing, I'll just hop into that game and do that. Beyond that though, I think that's everything. For what games end up playing this month. Well, regardless, as far as why I went around the bay last weekend, honestly, just to go skidooing. I never went on the trip around the bay a few weeks ago, so it's kind of dragged into going on the trip this time. Well, I did go skidooing that Saturday, so the 28th, and yeah, that was fun. Pretty decent trip overall, and honestly a much needed little break from just being on the computer all the time. I definitely need that break, honestly. As for just a few of my thoughts on the Pokemon Presents, since I might as well just talk about it. The little jukebox thing they announced, honestly, is just really weird, in my opinion. If anything, it's more of a novelty, I guess. And supposedly, those are scalped like crazy. Go figure. Kinda had that feeling the moment those were announced when I was watching the presentation yesterday, I think that was. I don't know, time's go by that fast, I don't even remember where I watched them. Pretty sure that was yesterday though. But yeah, those being scalped immediately. No soccer there. When I first saw that though, my first thought was literally, this is such a waste of plastic. Literally 40 cartridges for 45 cartridges for 45 songs per box thing, product, whatever. Times that by however many they made. I don't know, that's a lot of waste of plastic, in my opinion. That was literally my first thought when seeing that. All the mobile stuff, again, don't count. We knew Pokemon Fire and Leaf Green were announced a week in advance. Yeah, the arguing and bitching people have been doing online about those games being on Switch is absolutely fucking absurd. You're bitching that it's 20 in the US or wherever. In other places, it's 30 bucks. Here, it's 30 bucks each. And yeah, people are bitching about that. People are saying it should be free because they're all games or whatever. And then they're not worth 20 or 30 bucks. The bitching that it's digital only and it's not physical. The bitching that it's not for the online subscription. And the whole online bitching subscription thing is so fucking outrageous. To me, at least. Like, who the fuck wants to pay a subscription for that. Or in general, honestly. It's better to flat out buy it and to download it. And just pray you actually have access to it indefinitely. Still iffy about the whole digital virtual game code thing. That's a rant for another time, I think. I could probably go on about that for a while, but that's a rant for another time, I guess. If nothing else, let's just say I'm iffy about that alone. But I would much rather buy that stuff individually rather than be a subscription. Like, I don't know, people will bitch about any and everything these days. For the past, like, decade, basically. People literally bitch about everything. People be bitching about people spending their money on what they want to spend their money on. And so, it's ridiculous, but it's also hilarious and kind of frustrating in a way to just watch the internet just explode over all of it. Honestly. Personally, I do plan on getting those games eventually. I have no need to get those games right away or anything. So I'm not getting those yet. But I'll probably get them at some point. I would like to be able to play those games on the Switch Lite, to be honest. Maybe the regular Switch on the TV at some point as well, potentially. So for me personally, I definitely plan to get both of them eventually. But anyway, then you have Gen 10. And honestly, I'm not the only one to think this surprisingly, but also not really. The fact that the new starters kinda just look like fake Mon. They look like Mons made by fans. Or Mons simply from a completely different series or franchise. Literally. And honestly, that is so fucking true. The moment I saw those, I was literally thinking, they don't even look like Pokemon. And I guess I'm not the only one to think that, it seems. Out of what we've seen from the game, from the trailer, the game honestly looks really good. Personally. If I had to rank the starters as is via first impressions, honestly the dog is my favorite. Then the duck, bird, owl, whatever the fuck people are calling it. Now that I think about it, it kind of looks like a penguin in a way. In a weird way, it kind of does. And then you have that gecko thing. The more I think about that dog Pokemon, though, I'm definitely thinking of a few different. I guess we can just say characters. There's a few other series that it reminds me of. I don't know why, but as I was talking about it, I kind of got the image pop in my head of the dog Starter. Kind of just reminds me a little bit of that dog from Ghost Trick. I think that's the name of that game, if I'm remembering right. It kind of reminds me of that dog almost. Just out of nowhere, I was thinking of that. That bird. Apparently, some people think it looks like an angry bird, apparently. I don't see it personally. Then there's another comparison, but I completely forget it. It has the gecko thing. I have a comparison of what that gecko reminds people of, and honestly, I'm surprised I didn't even think of it because it is so fucking spot on. That water gecko solo, that ass just looks like a little pet shop pet. That's literally what it fucking looks like. How I didn't even come up or think of that comparison, I have no idea. But someone else did. That's exactly what that thing looks like too. That's the funny thing. I don't know. Gen 10 looks pretty good overall. The starters don't even look like Pokemon personally. But that doesn't really matter too much in my opinion. I kinda knew Gen 10 was gonna be Switch 2 exclusive. And it sucks, honestly. Mostly because I know I'm not getting that console anytime soon. If at all, honestly. So the fact that that comes out next year, though, supposedly, who knows, they could maybe delay it even further. Hard to say. But honestly, I'm actually fine with it being delayed to or at least just being announced till next year. Gives them a bit more time to work on it. Maybe it'll actually function compared to Gen 9. Still never got Gen 9 at all. I don't have any of those games still. I have been really tempted to get Pokemon Violet though over the past few months. Just for the sake of having it. But at the same time, I still kinda don't want to bother getting it. Still highly conflicted on that. But yeah, maybe Gen 10 might actually function. Unlike Gen 9. Who knows? At any rate, yeah, I think that's about it. Don't really see the point in ranting anymore, so guess I'll just call things here. So till next time, stay golden.